This is Latoya with an expression. The scripture says, trust in the Lord with all of thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. But in some things, no. In all things, acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. You know, when we look in 1 Samuel 16, I think it was verse 6 and 7 thereabout, right? We would have seen when, the Lord refused Saul and he sent Samuel to anoint David, right? He didn't tell him straight up that it was David. He said to him, go down, to Jesse's house, and because there's a king that I have prepared, right? And I want you to anoint him. But when Samuel went there, he was just looking from his natural eyes. And yes, he saw the first son, and he was like, this is definitely the one. But then the Lord said to him, no, no, that's not the one. Right there, what we can see is that even though Samuel, he was a very good prophet, right? Sometimes he had an issue leaning on his own understanding, just the same as a lot of us would do, instead of just allowing the Lord to lead us totally. So he was looking based on his natural eyes, but the Lord was looking based on the heart posture, right? And so the Lord said, no, no. And we know the story. It was basically all of the sons. And then when it went down to the nitty-gritty of things, he asked Jesse, do you have another son? Is there any other? Because, Samuel is basically saying the Lord said no to all of them. So there must be another one. And at that time, now, he realized that there was David, who God had chosen. So this is to say that a lot of times, no matter how good we may be, we can get caught up in leaning on our own understanding instead of acknowledging God all the way. So today my message to you is, lean not onto your own understanding, but in every single thing that you do. Some people might say, oh, so if you're going to move the spoon, you have to ask God if you can move it. We understand that when you have the wisdom of the Lord, there are some things you don't have to ask him. But don't think that you have already, get to that point where you don't need the Lord's directives, or you don't need the Lord's instruction, or you don't need the Lord's what you would say now, point of view and stuff. Always seek him for what he has in store. Always ask him, Lord, is this your will? Yes, you're gonna try to get another job, God. Yes, this job is paying well, but is this the job for me? This house looks good, but is this the house that you had in mind for me? This guy, he seems to be very nice, but is this the husband that you have for me? This girl, she is very eloquent and she's very beautiful, but is this the wife that you have for me? Always ask him, and he will direct your path. God bless you today. And as I always sign out with, even when life is lifing, God is still Godding. God bless you today. Stay blessed.